All right. Next, we're going to go ahead and go into our public hearings. We have a tax-exempt bond financing for Adventist Health System West. So we have a presentation from Spencer.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the council. Tonight I bring before you a tax-exempt bond financing by the California Statewide Communities Development Authority, the CSCDA, for Adventist Health System West to finance the acquisition of certain healthcare facilities located in Yuba City. Present tonight are Brendan LaFountain from Oric Harrington Sutcliffe, who is bond counsel to CSCDA, and Michael Mills, Director of Finance for Fremont Rideout, to help answer any questions about this item from TEFRA to CSCDA or Adventist Health from this slide forward. CSCDA is a joint powers authority with over 530 cities, counties, and districts to promote economic development and may issue tax-free bonds for nonprofits such as Adventist Health System West, while adhering to the Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act, or TEFRA. Further, Section 147F of the Internal Revenue Code of 1996 requires that the proposed financing be approved by a governmental unit having jurisdiction over the area in which the facility to be financed is located. Though a member of CSCDA, the Joint Exercise Powers Agreement provides that Yuba City is a separate public entity with no financial, legal, moral obligation, liability, or responsibility for the financing or repayment of the bonds. And the bond documents will state this clearly. So again, Yuba City is not going to be financially responsible for these bonds. But because of the act, the TEFRA Act, it has to be brought before this council. These bonds are sought to fund and reimburse costs associated with construction of Adventist Health's corporate office in Roseville, to finance the acquisition of certain facilities and related assets of the Fremont Rideout Health Group, Rideout Memorial Hospital, and United ComServe. They also include some refinancing of other lines of credits and bonds. Staff's recommendation is 1, to conduct a public hearing under the requirements of TEFRA and the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 as amended, and adopt the resolution approving the issuance of 501c3 bonds by the California Statewide Communities Development Authority. And at this time, I'll be happy to entertain any questions.
Thank you, Spencer. You had a lot of acronyms there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll bring it back to council for any questions for Spencer before we go ahead and do a public hearing. Any questions? No? Okay.
Madam Mayor,
yes.
if I may, as a point of clarification, I sit on the board of our local Adventist Health Group. And so just as a point of clarification that I wasn't involved in the matter of putting this item for recommendation before you. I refrained from that, and so I will continue. I have no financial interest. I don't get any economic benefit from sitting on that board. It's purely for community service. But with regard to any engagement, I haven't had any to date, and I will refrain from further comment this evening. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Steve. All right, so with that being said, we will go ahead and open to the public for any comments at this time. The public hearing for the proposed tax-exempt bond financing for Adventist Health System West is now open. If any of our members from the public wish to speak or address the council on this issue, may go ahead and step to the podium. Nope. All right. We will now close the public hearing and bring it back to council.
Move staff's recommendation.
Okay, we have a
second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Great, thank you. Thanks, Spencer.